My Unearth currently does around 600,000 damage to bosses. You can see it in these clips here. A 4 million HP boss just died in 7 seconds. Now to get Unearth going, in a map, this is a tier 15. All I do is swap weapons, spawns a bunch of terracotta soldiers that are only spawning in on weapon set 2 here. I don't need them at all for their stats. I then turn on Sacrifice, and then I equip a +5 physical wand and a +4 minion scepter. When I cast Unearth, I get 21 minions. If I cast it again, I'll get to my cap of 32. Now, one of the tricky things I'm doing right now is I'm not staying in weapon set 2. I'm using the weapon set 2 snapshot points here to add all of these green stats. But then I swap my weapon, and all these green stats go away. But since my Unearth minions are already created, they keep the stats. This is snapshotting 101. And now since I have 32 Unearth minions, 10 Raging Spirits, and 6 Warriors, I get a total of over 300 Chaos damage when combined with the extra Chaos damage added to Detonate Dead. And because I have so much Spirit, I run Threaded Light Focus to get another, up to 400 spell power. I don't have a corrupted one correctly yet. So when I press Detonate Dead, it will chain react and clear most of the map for me, leaving my Unearth minions to just absolutely annihilate rare mobs. Bursting Plague is on my Detonate Dead, and it will just keep proccing with extra chaos damage and spread itself as long as there are targets in range. So one Bursting Plague can clear an entire ritual. Okay, now that I'm not distracted, let me get some Unearth minions with Contagion on them, so that they will just cause that train reaction to happen. Now, these tight quarters, there is a current bug where terracotta soldiers will still spawn in on the wrong weapon sled. I think it applies to all specters. And they body block my Unearth, which is really annoying. I hope they fix that. I can use them for extra corpses for Detonate Dead, but it's not exactly great damage, and I would rather just have them not body block my undead. Alright, so this one Bursting Plague, it's still going. Yeah, it just cleared all that. Now, Unearth did a little bit there, but it's freaking love Bursting Plague. This shit's amazing with Detonate Dead and Dark Defiler. So good for clearing. Alright, so most of my Unearthed minions fell behind because they were getting body blocked, but so I can just, push this button, back up to 20. Easy. I'm try to keep this up. Pace up. This. Can't crit. It's fine. Extra cold resist. Alright, and fuck. I just wanna go. I'm using an extra cooldown on my Contagion Curse to give it larger jump radius. Part of why I fucked up and didn't have it. What hit me? Okay, no idea what hit me there. Was not paying attention. Uh, ugh. Sometimes I have Contagion fall off because of this extra cooldown from Expanse. But overall, once I get it running on my Unearth minions, it just stays up. The main reason it falls off is if Unearth minions get body blocked by Terracotta Soldiers, um, then I have to resummon them with the Terracotta Soldiers, and they won't have Contagion on them. So there I was fiddling around it and just died to that. Whatever, it happens. Let's keep going. I am running 40% extra damage on monsters, and I think they had that Cold Barrage skill, which is really rough. I do have to bind Command a Minion to keep them actually, like, at pace with me, which is kind of annoying. Yeah, see, they're all getting stuck on these Terracotta Soldiers that shouldn't be spawned in. Ugh. Throw away some of this shit that I picked up that's useless. A white mace, yeah. Armor of crap. Okay. Alright, now we gotta find the boss. They are up here. Okay. So I just lost Unearth because body blocking and terrain bugged their AI. Should be fine though. Alright, so this boss, I'm a little bit low on Unearth minions, so I'm going to just recycle my stuff. Spawn them all in again. I'm still missing like 3, but whatever, let's go. I'll move these guys up here. Hopefully they're able to attack the boss. And boss is down. Cool. Alright, so once again, let's look at the gear and such. For my passive tree, I'm a Lich. Get some damage reduction here. Get additional damage reduction on my companion, which is offering Haste Aura. There you go. And loyalty. So I got 25% damage mitigation between Can't take damage from health, and then having 15% bypass. Soulless form. Heavy buffer. Loyalty then is another 10% bypass. I go up the tree here. I'm currently using weapon swap 1 to get a little bit of more survivability, so that I can free up weapon swap 2 points to increase Unearth's damage, increase its tank, and increase its tank here. Extra spirit and presence here is good for wither stuff. Survivability. A little bit of resist all from minions, and I did this without weapon swap points so that I would get extra survivability on my warriors and companion. I snapshot duration everywhere I can, so I get some snapshot duration here, I get regular duration here, and I get more duration here. You'll notice I have almost no chaos damage nodes, and I'm primarily chaos damage from the Dark Defiler. This is because at 12 spirit, 12 spirit times 226, so 12 times 26. I'm currently getting 300 spell power from Threaded Light Focus, and I could get another like 50 to 70 if I increase the corruption on it. The Dark Defiler is really cheap. It counts Raging Spirits, Unearth, and Skeletal Warriors, so I get 48 times 6. I get 288 extra chaos damage from the Dark Defiler, which applies to Detonate Dead and Bursting Plague from Detonate Dead. And then I get another 30 from here, so I have 318 extra chaos damage. So when I detonate a mob, it does like 3 times its health and damage to everything around it, or maybe like 2.5 now. That was when I was running spell power. I took spell power off of my build literally everywhere. It doesn't matter, things die from Detonate Dead. And just because I've got 300 here. So I took all the spell power here, took all this spell power out. I'm not worried about any of these chaos damage nodes, even though I'm primarily chaos damage. The tooltip on Unearth is a little wonky.
Not yet.
This damage number doesn't include, the 20% damage increase from break armor. It doesn't include the wither damage increase on all of the chaos damage. And if I go back to town, there is another item I'm going to be adding to this build shortly. There is a ring that will add extra chaos damage to my Unearth minions. I'm going to put it here, this ring. A good one of these can add an extra 30% extra chaos damage to my Unearth minions, which in practice will be like a 20% damage increase. And between that and a couple other things, my Unearth minions should go from about 20... Or they currently do around 600,000 DPS. With Splinter, if I'm able to offload the armor break from Unearth and put plus physical mastery here, if I'm able to offload that onto Detonate Dead and run Corrosion on Detonate Dead to break armor, it'll be fine. The problem is I'm killing bosses in under 10 seconds, and I don't have time to armor break them enough with Detonate Dead. Maybe if I increase my spell power a bit, now I'll have a reason to do that, just for armor break on bosses, but I think I just need to fight a harder boss. Unearthed minions do die. Unless you stack a ton of survivability. So I've got 7,600 health. I've got the health regen from passive tree, and then I also added font of blood on pain offering so that they regen between like massive boss hits. Do I have the health regen here? Grab it when that's going. I cannot find it in time. 343 health per second. So with that, they're able to basically tank bosses. I am not 100% sure I need these points in damage reduction, and if I can drop that, that's going to increase my Unearth DPS by like 20% if I can take these 4 points out. Still testing. Special big shout out to Gazi and Lollash for helping me just have general game knowledge that I didn't have because I'm a bit of a dad gamer in terms of PoE. I didn't play a lot of PoE 1. I don't know all the systems. Unearth is a spell skill as long as being a minion, so it scales off of plus all spells on a neck. I might change this to minion skills specifically so I can get more power to Pain Offering. I gotta do the math on that later. And I'm running a ton of dexterity in order to grab a companion. The cheapest companions can only be found from what I've seen inside of essences. You can get mobs that can normally not roll as rare mobs. Like the little tiny monkeys, not the big monkeys, but the little ones next to them. If they're in an essence, they can be rare. And if you can find one with Haste Aura, Always Shock, and anything else, you're golden, because those can get as little as 25% spirit reservation cost. This werewolf was just the cheapest thing I could find with Haste Aura. Nothing about it is special other than that. I don't care about its damage. Haste Aura giving 20% attack speed is a big damage buff to Unearth, and during mapping, the 10% move speed from Haste Aura is just like amazing for Unearth. You need it. During my weapon set 1, I still run Sacrifice on both, so I can Detonate Dead on the 20% quality rank 19 Skeletal Warriors that have 6,500 health. And then I run Withering Presence because I don't really have a better way to wither right now. It's kind of slow stacking. Bosses die before I full stack it, but thanks to running some duration on it, I can actually full stack it. Usually I have 14 seconds, but I'm a little short on points right now. Terracotta Soldiers get turned off during weapon set 1 and turned on during weapon set 2. This is how I can restore Unearth on boss fights. Companion can't run on number 2, but since I don't have enough dex to wear the companion on number 2, I don't have to turn it off. So if I do this, sometimes the companion, the companion is still here, still giving me a haste buff, even though it shouldn't be here. But I don't have enough dex to equip it, so it doesn't know what to do. Or it could just always do this. I don't know if it requires dex or whatever. Raging Spirits spawn 2 Raging Spirits per Detonate Dead. And they count as undead minions. So I slam a little persistence on them because I don't have... Since I'm snapshotting my persistence onto weapon set 2, I don't have a lot of duration on weapon set 1, only like this node here. So I put persistence on Raging Spirits so that they stick around a little bit longer. And then I just throw Last Gas, they don't die, and I don't even know what to put on this last one. I put Withering Touch, but I don't even think I can apply it because they don't do enough damage to matter. They're there just to give me 60 extra chaos damage on the Dark Defiler. If I had the option to get they just added sockets to scepters, and currently increased damage is higher DPS of an increase than increased attack speed, because we just can't get enough damage nodes in our tree on Unearth right now. The metrics might change if I'm able to drop a couple of these points and get more damage nodes on Unearth, but we'll see. if I had the option right now to grab a Dark Defiler scepter and corrupt it with 2 sockets rather than increasing this gain to 6, I would do that just because if I did that, I could get an extra, 30% increased damage. That's a 10% damage increase to 11% damage increase on my Unearth minions. That's 50,000 boss DPS, which would be more useful to me than taking Detonate Dead, which already clears maps super quickly, and making it do the same damage, basically. Like, damage increase on Detonate Dead is, like, almost irrelevant. So, getting this to 60% would be great. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward gearing if you know how to gear. Grab a minion helmet. Snapshot your shit. So you get the +9 ranks when you swap and swap. And yeah, thanks for watching. You can find me on the Discord for Path of Exile, discord.gg/Path of Exile, and go search on the forums for Witch Tips for Dad Gamers, and come poke me there. Have a great day.